This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, hi, all. Welcome to the next session on SAP ABAP. And last few classes we have discussed about what exactly the SAP and ABAP and some of the data objects. Okay, and also we have discussed about string operations and arithmetic operations, right? And also the main important part is the data objects. If you want to store the values in the runtime program execution, we need to have a data objects, guys. In the data objects we have three types. One is the variable and work area and internal table. And variable is we can store single field and single value, and if it is in a work area we can store multiple fields with a single record. Okay, and we have internal table. So internal table, it's a temporary table and the memory allocation will be done at the runtime execution of your program, and it consists of multiple columns and multiple rows, guys. Okay, so that's an internal table. This is a table. You have already seen this kind of things, right? The tables, if you see the Excel, you can see this kind of structure. Excel is in a tabular format where you can see the columns and rows, guys. In the same way, there is an internal table here. In the internal table we are going to temporarily store the data in the ABAP runtime execution, guys. Okay, so how can you, so there is a work area. In the work area we can store only one record, but if you want to store, always we deal with the multiple records in the real time. And if you want to store multiple records, you need to move the data from work area to the internal table. Record by record we need to send it to, guys. Record by record we need to send it to the internal table. And if you want to do that, there are different kind of operations we have. So we have, this is a syntax, guys. So how to declare in a variable, how to declare in a work area, and how to declare in a internal table. So you know already there is a predefined data types. With the predefined data types, I can, maybe I can declare the variable. But if I want to declare in a work area is in a group of fields. So you need to have a reference with the group of field. So that's we can do with that types, guys. Types is the reference user defined data type where we can group the multiple fields and we can define the reference objects. And so with the reference, I can create a work area. The keyword to work area is the keyword to define a work area is the type. And we have an internal table. The keyword is type table of. If you want to create an internal table, and we need to have a type table of, and the reference is the ty underscore emp. The same structure I'm going to reference it. So whenever I reference it, the work area will be created with the reference fields, and it is capable of storing only one record. But if it is an internal table, it is capable of storing the multiple records, guys. That's the name data objects. If you understand these concepts, that's enough for me, guys, to take you to the course. Okay, very very important. This this is very very important, guys. Okay, so variable and work area and internal table, guys. Next, so we are going to play total things with that. Okay, so next we have some kind of internal table operations. Okay, so first one is the append. So when you do the append, so a record will be moved from work area to the internal table. So work area to the internal table, record by record. I have one more record. I have passed the values to the work area and I append it to the internal table. I have one more record. I pass it to the work area. I move to the internal table. So record by record, we are going to transfer the values from work area to the internal table by using append statement. Always the append will add the record in the last, guys. Okay, suppose there is a requirement. I have 10 records. I would like to insert a record at particular position. So then we have a statement called insert statement. Insert plus index operation, we are going to insert the record into the internal table. It will transfer the data from work area to the internal table at specified position. The specified position we are going to do with the index operation, guys. And the record which is existing, the position will be moved. So whatever the existing record which is there at the particular position, that record will be moved to the next position, guys. That's the name index operation. This is the syntax for the index operation. Insert is the keyword, and you are transferring the data from work area to the internal table. And index at third position, you are doing the insert. Whatever the position you can do, just I have given an example of third position. I have the inserted the record, guys. That's the name insert Yes, I have some records in the internal table. So if you want to calculate how many number of records in the internal table, we are going to use the statement called describe table, guys. Describe table. These are the keywords. These are all the keywords and lines. The lines, how many number of lines, the calculated count will be stored in this data object variable I am going to take. So this variable should be type of the integer, right? Number of records means it's an integer, so we need to declare this variable with the type I, guys. So these are the three types of the internal table operations, guys. Next, fourth type. Fourth type, maybe you have seen here. So guys, so let's take, it's my field column one. It's my field column one. So guys, so what is the sequence here? 1, 0, 1, 2. Is it in a right sequence? Is it in a right sequence? No, right? It should be 0, 1, 1, and 2, guys. So what is the mathematical operation, guys? What do you call that? What do you call that? What do you call that? Huh? Perfect. So that is a sort, guys. The statement is the sort. So with this, we can sequence the data in the internal table, guys. With the sort, we are going to do in a sequence the your data in the internal table. That's a sort statement. That's a sort statement, guys. So how many ways we can do the sequencing? That's the that's the that's the ascending and descending, guys. What is ascending? So ascending is lower number to the higher number. Perfect. And the next one is the descending. So you can do the higher number to the lower number. That's in a sequence sorting of your internal table, guys. And syntax. So sort. What is my internal table? I tab, and you can mention by based on which field you are going to do it, guys. Here you need to add additionally column. So which column you are going to use it? Let's take an employee number. Based on employee number you need to sort. So put the employee number. If it is a sales order number, put the sales order number. Like that, the column name you need to specify, guys. But whenever you do this, so implicitly, guys, implicitly it's a ascending, automatically it does the ascending sort, guys. So no need to write in logic actually. But if you want to do descending, we have to write the code explicitly. Explicitly you need to write the code if you want to do in a descending order. If you want to do in a descending order, you need to do in a, you need to write some code. So yeah, nothing, guys, just one statement addition. That's it. I tab by my column name, and do that descending. That's it. If you explicitly are mentioning it's a descending, so it is going to do in a descending. It's going to do in a descending order. That's it. So the ascending is implicit, but the descending is explicit. You need to write the code in a explicit way, guys. So these are the technical words, guys. Implicit, explicit, and all. Okay. So these terms you need to remember when you go for interviews. You need to speak this kind of words. Okay. So that is the implicit and explicit. We are going to use heavily these statements in the future. Okay. So this is a short statement, guys. This is a short statement, simple. And next one is sort. Okay. uh, Append, insert, describe table, sort, and we have next one is fifth. It's a collect statement. Collect statement, control D. And what exactly the collect I'm going to explain, and maybe I can take a figure and insert order material price. Now little I go to the real time scenarios now. Okay, so guys, actually Amazon is the company, and daily they are going to have lot of sales, right? They are going to have lot of sales on daily basis. Okay, let's take an example of this is my sales order, and it's my uh, price, sorry, material product. I have product, I have a price, guys. Okay, so I have a sales order number 100. My product which I sold today is iPhone. It's my 55,000. Okay, and in the same order I have ordered my case for the iPhone, and maybe it's a 500 rupees, right? In the same order I have given a screen guard. Okay, screen guard also I have ordered, and the value is 300 rupees, guys. Okay, next I have one more order, one or two. I have Samsung is the product which is sold at 30,000, and same way one or two in the same order, guys. So when you create an order, it will create with the only one number. The transaction reference number is only one, right? If you go to the Amazon, if you select multiple products, the reference number is one, but you can have different items. You can have different items. I can order different items, right? So in the same order I can order mobile, maybe I can order some other things as well. So what, tell me some other, maybe headphones. I have ordered headphones now, and this value is 2000 rupees, guys. In the same order, I can order headphones as well, right? Like this. And I have one more order, 101, and it's a Vivo. What is the cost here? I think 29,000. Vivo Selfie Pro, right? American is doing that. So this is my 101, and I have the one more order, maybe one or two, and my order is case, and it's my 500 rupees, and insert rows below, insert rows below, and this is my data. And maybe what I can do is I can do in a 101, maybe it's in a 101 Vivo. Maybe I can order screen guard, and the value is 300 rupees, guys. Okay, so whenever the Amazon manager want to see their sales in today, okay, what exactly what we need to do actually, if you want to do what we need to do, so are you going to show, so all these items, no, guys. What we will show is, so for 100 order, what is the total cost? Just you would like to see the what is the revenue on on that day, guys. So you don't want to see what are the products he is going to sell. Just you need to do an, let's take an example of, don't take Amazon, maybe I have in a store outside. Okay, so at the end of the day, the manager has to collect all the amount from the that manager, the sales representatives, right? So what he is going to do is, just he is going to take out the orders. What is the final amount? The final amount should match with the counter amount, guys, right? So what you need to do is, just if you want to build that kind of reports, if you want to build that kind of reports, actually, so I don't want to show the duplicate orders over here. There are duplicate records here, guys. 100 and 100 and 100, and you can see there are different products as well. So here my example is wrong, guys, actually. Okay, no problem. So what I am going to do is, so here the collect statement, what it is going to do is, so it is going to reduce the it is going to avoid the duplicate records, guys. Maybe I can say it's maybe all, maybe one more order. I have the data like this, guys. iPhone, and it's my 55,000, and and 100, and iPhone, it's my uh, some other customer, I sold it for the 48,000. Like this I should be having. So the data should be duplicate actually. Okay, so this doesn't work actually. One or two, and it's my Samsung, and 30,000, and Vivo, it's my Vivo, and it's my 28,500, and that's my case. One or two, Samsung, and it's my 31,000. Sometimes I can apply the discounts as well, right? Some people I can sold it for 29, 30, and 31. So there may be based on the discount, it may change, right? So that's why I have a variable price, but I have the orders like this, guys. Here you can see these two are the duplicate, these three records are the duplicates, these two and this is the duplicate record, and here you can see there is a duplicate record, guys. Okay, I don't want to show up the duplicate records, just I need to sum up the numeric values, guys. So in that case we are going to use the collect statement, guys. Collect, it will remove the duplicate entries, and it will it will sum up numeric numeric values, guys. That's the collect statement. That's the collect statement, guys. Okay, but the precondition is, so guys, if you want to sum up, so what it will do is, here I have the record in a sequence, but here you can see 102, 102 here, but there is a 102 record here. So system will think this is a new record, guys. System will think this is a new record. So before you want to do, if you want to do the collect statement, what you need to do, you need to sort the internal table, guys. You need to sort the internal table. That's the condition. So sort internal table before applying collect statement. Okay, this is the collect statement. This is the collect statement. Okay, okay, this is a collect statement. We have seen sort and collect, and okay, next. Next we got fifth and sixth. Modify, guys. Tell me what exactly the modify. Eh? Changes, correct. So let's take an example of having a record here. Okay, and so what I need to do is, oh, okay, syntax is simple. It's like insert only. Okay, and the syntax collect work area into item. That's it. That's it, guys. So here the collect is the keyword, and into is the keyword. Here you can see these two are the data objects. Okay, work area and internal table, guys. These two are the data objects. Next one is the modify, and now you can tell me. So what I am doing to do is, okay, I have the order. I have the order, and this is my price. On top of it, okay, on top of it, I need to apply a tax, guys. I need to apply uh, I need to apply a tax. GST I need to apply on this price. Okay. You know what is the GST for the electric products? Maybe it's 18 percentage, right? So I need to apply a tax on this, and maybe I need to modify the price. I need to modify the price case. Maybe I don't have the one more column. So here I need to do a percentage of the on this, and I'm going to modify this record. Let's take an example of. We'll take the only this record. Maybe yeah, and copy. And I have already an existing record. Control Z control. Uh, if you want to paste as it is, uh, control shift V, no, control alt V, yes, maybe, okay, no, yes, control Z. So you can, as it is, you can copy and paste this, control C, control alt V, control Z. Okay, no problem. So we can try this order, price, order, material, and price, and I have this. Okay, GST will do the coding. So this is my sales order and the product, and it's my price, and my value is 100, and the product is iPhone, and price is 55,000, guys. So how can you calculate the percentage? Tell me. So what is the formula for the percentage calculation? Can anybody tell what is the formula? Mathematics. Mathematics. So like this, guys. So for 100 rupees, it's an 18 rupees of the tax. For 55,000, okay, mathematics, guys, how much? All right, huh? Right. So 55,000 into 18, huh? This is my percentage, right? So 55,000, okay, into and 18 divided by 100. This is my price case, right? So uh, two zeros and two zeros, 550 into 18. So 550 into 18, and calculator, and 550 into 18, right, equal to this 9,900, guys. 9,900 rupees is the tax. Okay, plus 55,000 equal to 55 plus 964, 64,900 rupees, guys. So I need to now update this value with the, so I have an existing record for this. I don't want to append the new record. I need to modify the existing record, guys. 64,900, guys. So here I am going to do this. Okay, so how can you do this? How can you do this? Already there is an existing record in the internal table. Just you need to modify the existing record, guys. So it will modify the existing record. If any record exists, suppose if there is no record, sometimes maybe I thought there is a record in the internal table. If the record does not exist, what will happen? If the record does not exist, it will append the record into internal table, guys. That's the specialty of the modify statement. If already there is an existing record, okay, it is going to modify it. But if there is no record in the internal table, it will append the new record, guys. That's the modify statement. That's the modify statement, guys. Okay, very special statement. Okay, if there is an existing record, it is going to modify it. If not, uh, it is going to append the new record into your internal table, guys. Into your internal table. So this is the thing. And syntax is modify internal table from work area, and you need to tell index at what record you are going to do it, guys. Okay, sometimes I can use the index, sometimes I cannot use. Maybe I will use the index, maybe uh, index at 4. This is my example. So this can be a dynamic, guys. So I can use the dynamic things. And for index means index number, and transporting transporting you need to tell to the system which field you are going to modify it is, which field you are going to modify it. So here I am going to modify the price. I'm going to modify the price, guys. So if you update price, you need to provide in a column over here, guys. This is an example. This is an example I have given. So like this, you need to apply wherever it is the requirement comes, guys. Here my column is price. That's why I put a column name as the price, guys. Now, this is a syntax for the modify statement, guys. So modify. Next, you don't have the update statement here. So I've already seen insert and modify, and next one is the delete, guys. Suppose if you want to delete the record, seventh, delete. Yeah, you know, right? You can delete the records from internal table. Key or with index. So both you can do, guys. So you can delete the records from the internal table by using index or the key. So what exactly the index and what exactly the key, guys? Let's take an example here. I have how many records? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So delete this internal table where index equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will delete the fifth record, guys. That is the next operation. Next one is, so internal table the internal table, guys. That's the meaning of the delete statement. Delete itab index some index number, example this, and next one is the, or you can do both ways, or you can do it with the key. This is an index operation. You can do with the key delete itab. Okay, where maybe I am giving just example, sales order number equal to 100, is sales order number equal to 100. So means here we can say this is my sales order number, sales order number equal to 100. Okay, so this is the delete statement. This is the delete statement, guys. But if you want to remove total records from the internal table at a time, how can you do that? So with delete I cannot do this. If you want to remove total records from the internal table or work area or a variable also, where sometimes we can delete the values from the variables as well, guys. We can delete the values from variables and work areas and internal table. If you want to do, how can you do that? So there are total records removal statements, guys. So the statements are, one is the next one is 7th and 8th. Clear. These statements are very, very important, guys. Okay. Okay. Not only this, total internal table operations are very, very important. And clear, which will remove the data from fields, work areas, and internal tables, guys. Internal tables. Okay, this is a clear statement. This is a clear statement, guys. And syntax is clear. Maybe let's take an example of, I have a variable f1 is my variable field one. It will remove the data from f1. Let's take, I have an example of work area. So I can provide in a work area. It will remove the data from the work area. And I have a internal table I tab. It will remove the data from the internal table. Total records, it is going to remove it, guys. Not the based on index or key. Total records, uh, it is going to remove all the records from the internal table. And work area, anyway you have only one record, it will be removed the one record. Variable, you have only one value, the one value will be removed, guys. Okay, that's a clear statement, guys. That's a clear statement. Next one is the refresh. Refresh, now it will remove the data from internal table only. It doesn't impact on variables and work areas, guys. So it will work on only internal table. It does not impact on the uh, variables and work areas. So refresh will not work on the variables and work areas, guys. So I can do the refresh only, this is my syntax, refresh only on internal tables, only on internal tables. And it doesn't impact on variables and work area space. Okay, so that's a refresh statement. That's a refresh statement, guys. Now you can see this is my refresh statement. This is my refresh statement, guys. Next, the 10th statement is free. Free statement. So what is free is, it will remove the data from variable, work area, and internal table, and also it removes the allocated memory, guys. That's the free statement. It will remove the data, and also these three are the data objects, right? So a memory will be allocated, even the memory also will be deleted from your application layer, guys. That's the free statement. Okay, so here let's take an example of this is an internal table. Okay, whenever I apply a free, so it will remove all the data. And as well as, so whenever you declare a data object for this internal table, a memory will be allocated in the runtime. That's what, right? Then only it can store the values. So the memory also will be deleted. If it is in a clear and refresh, the memory will not be deleted. Still you have the memory, still you can store it, the values in the program. But if you write the free, you cannot store the values further, guys. That's a free statement. That's a free statement, guys. Now So now you can see this is my free statement, guys. And next one is just free. Same like that's it. Clear, free, free statement. Why I'm putting a column? Because I have multiple things. That's why I'm putting in a column, guys. Otherwise, if you want to apply single, no need to put the column, guys. No need to put the column. So already you know this concept. That's why I'm not explaining. And this is the free statement. Okay, this is the free statement, guys. And till now, we are talking about how to append the data into internal table. All right. So how to append, how to insert, and how to collect, how to modify, how to delete, how to refresh, and all. But I have a data in the internal table. I need to do any processing logic further. Okay. So based on that internal table, I need to do some. I need to print the data. How can you do that? How can you read the data from the internal table, guys? So that's the very important next two statements. Okay, so 10 and 11, and very important, guys. How can you read the data from the internal table, guys? How can you read the data from the internal table? Maybe I can take the same record, same table. So I have an internal table, and now I need to read the data from the internal table. I need to process the data from the internal table. How can you do that, guys? How can you do that? Here I have multiple records, guys. I need to print these multiple records from the internal table. So previously, did you print the multiple records from the internal table? No. So we did in a record by record. We printed work area print. But I have any data in the internal table. I need to print that data from the internal table. How can you do that? So what you need to do is you need to process the multiple records from the internal table, guys. You need to do a uh, record by record read from the internal table, multiple records from the internal table, guys. So you might heard in the C, right? You might heard in the C there is a for loop and while loop, right? What for loop will do? Huh? Okay. So that means if there is a same kind of code which is there, then you are going to do in a loop, right? So maybe I can say I will explain this in a different way. So uh, maybe I have a counter, guys. counter counter equal to counter plus one. And suppose if you want to increase more, what you are going to do? If you want to do one more value, counter equal to counter plus 1. If you want to increase one more value, what you are going to do? Counter equal to counter plus 1. And if you want to increase the value, what you are going to do? Counter equal to counter plus 1. So same kind of code is repeating here, guys. Instead of this, what we can do is, okay, so maybe I can write a for loop, and for I am going to have an index I equal to 10, okay, and I equal to 10, and do and uh, end do. Okay, this is my, maybe this is my logic. Let's example I equal to 10 and exit the loop. Okay, and loop the this for the 10 times. And here what I'm going to do is counter equal to counter plus 1, guys. So what it is going to do? So it will loop how many times? 10 times it will loop, and each time it will increase the one record, one value. It is going to increment one value, guys. Whenever it reaches 10, it is going to the loop is going to be ended, guys, right? In the same way, if you want to process multiple records from the internal table, in ABAP, we have a statement called, so this is a looping statement, guys. So if you want to process multiple records from the internal table, we are going to do in a loop, guys. So 11th statement is the loop. This is the loop we are going to use, guys. So here in the internal table I have multiple records. If you want to read, I want all the records, guys. Here I want all the records to be printed on the output. So if you want to read record by record, I am going to use a loop statement, guys. Loop is the statement. And process very important, multiple records from internal table. We use the loop statement, guys. Loop statement. Okay. So it is going to do in a it is going to loop record by a record, guys. Multiple records. If you want to process multiple records, this word you need to remember. If you want to loop, if you want to process the multiple records, we are going to use in a loop statement, guys. And guys, I have processing 10 records. I am processing a 10 records. Okay. So first loop pass, and it will process the first record. In the second loop pass, it will process the second record. In the third loop pass, it is going to loop the third record, guys. So even system will provide one system variable, guys, sci hyphen tabix. Okay, there are some predefined system variables already, sci datum, sci user dit, like that. There is a system variable, guys, sci tabix. It will store the current loop pass value. Current loop pass value, guys. What exactly the current loop pass value? If it is in a first loop, the site abx equal to 1. If the second loop pass, the site abx equal to 2. If the third record, the current site abx value equal to 3. And if it is in a fourth loop pass, the site abx value equal to 4, guys. So if you have n number of records, the site abx value equal to n, and it is going to exit the loop, guys. No need to provide any condition. So suppose if I have 10 records, when the site tab is equal to 10, the loop will be completed automatically, guys. That's the name, system variable site tab. Okay, definitely there is a question on this. So what is the system variable which is which will be used to track the loop pass value, current loop pass value in loop, guys. In the loop, that is the site tabix is the system variable. So after we see the practical, you will get more clear. Okay, this is in a theory part. Okay, this is in a theory part. So in a site tabix is the value, guys. Maybe you are blank now. Okay, after we do some coding, we are going to see all these things, guys. Okay, that is in a loop and loop. And the syntax is very important. The syntax to do a syntax. So loop at itab, guys, always record by. So when you want to transfer the data from to the internal table, what you are doing, you are first filling the work area, and from work area to you are appending into the internal table. Even when you reading the data from internal table also, you need to send it to the work area, guys. That's why my syntax is loop at itab into work area, send it to the work area, and do the end loop and loop. And in middle you can do your code, guys. Whatever the code, if you want to do, if you want to play with work area, I have the record. In the first record, see, guys, I have 10 records. I'm looping the internal table. So first it will loop the first record, this, and it will send it to the work area. Okay. And with that values, I can do the processing logic, further processing logic. And again, it comes to end loop, it go back, it comes to the second record, it will send it to the work area. With that record, I can do the again processing logic, and again it goes to the third record and it will send it to the third record to the work area. With that, I can perform some processing logic, and like this it is going to loop for the these many records whenever it reaches this 101, and after the processing logic your loop will be completed, guys. And every time, for the first time the site abx value equal to 1, and the second time the site abx value equal to 2, the third time the site abx value equal to 3, and this time my site abx value equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So my site abx value equal to 7. Then it comes to the end loop and your loop will be completed, exit automatically, guys. That's a loop. And loop, very very important. Suppose, let's take an example of, suppose if you want to print all these records from this internal table, what I need to do, that's what my processing logic, guys. So maybe record by record I can print it, right? So write work area hyphen SONO and work area hyphen product. And this is the example, guys, the processing logic example, work area hyphen price, guys. So first record, it will come and it will store in the work area. I am printing the first record and it goes to the second record, and it is going to store the second record in the work area that I am printing in the output, and it comes to the third record, and third record stores in the work area that I am printing in the third on the output, and 101 the seventh record, and seventh record I am printing it and comes to the end loop, and your loop will be completed. All your 7 records will be printed on the output, guys. That's a loop statement, guys. That's a loop statement. Very very important. Every program we are going to use the loop. Without loop you cannot see a program, guys. You cannot see any program without a loop, guys. That's a loop statement. Very very important. If you want to process multiple records from a internal table, which statement you are going to use it? If you want to process multiple records from a internal table, what statement you can use it? Loop is the statement. Or if you want to read the multiple records from the internal table, you can use the loop, and loop is a statement, internal table operation, guys. Next is the, but sometimes I would like to read only particular record, single record. How can you do that? So how can you do that? If you want to read a single record, how can you do that? So how can you do that when you want to read a single record from the internal table? So my next keyword is, okay, read table, guys. Read table. So this is one of the internal table operation, and it will read single record from internal table, guys. It will read single record from the internal table, guys. It will read the single record from the internal table, and we can read the record uh, by using, we can read the record by, we can read the record from internal table by using same like key or index, guys. Both we can use it. So read the internal table with index, it is going to read that particular record. Or else if you want to provide a key with the based on the field, if you want to read, you can read it as well, guys. Okay. So let's say syntax is, but it will read how many records? Always only one record, guys. It doesn't read multiple records. It's my read the table, my internal table into a work area, and index is 5. Let's take an example of 5. It is going to read the fifth record from the internal table, or I can use read table. I tap into work area with the key. With the key, let's say here my key is the sales order number, guys. Sales order number equal to 100. So it is going to read the one record from the internal table where the sales order number equal to 100, guys. Maybe if you come to this example, here I have how many records? I have 3 records for the 100. So which record it is going to read it? It is going to read which record it is going to read. It is going to read the first record, guys. It doesn't read the second record. It doesn't read the third record, guys. So if you want to get specified record, what you need to do, then what you need to do, you need to pass all the keys. Suppose if you do with the 100, it is going to read that first record. And suppose if you want to read particular record, you need to use the keys, guys. Maybe I can use product equal to iPhone. So maybe you can see here, even if you do the with that, so with the iPhone I have 3 records again. All right, again it is going to read the first record only. But now I am mentioning here, uh, and where the price price equal to maybe price equal to, okay, and 48,000, price equal to 48,000. 48,000. Now you tell me which record it is going to read. It is going to read which record, because the key I'm mentioning with the 48,000, I have this record. It is going to read this record, guys. That's the way of working of the read table, guys. That's the way of working of the read table. So it is going to read based on the key, guys. If he finds multiple records with the same key, it will read the first record, guys. It will read the first record. It is going to read it, guys. That's the name, read table record. But here you have seen only 7 records. But in the real time, I may see the millions of records in the internal table as well. So when you read the internal table, by default it follows in a linear algorithm, guys. By default it is going to follow linear algorithm. Means if I have 10 lakhs records, it reads record by record. It check, yeah, first record, is it correct or not? Is my key is correct or not? Is matching with my key or not? Second record it comes, is my key is matching with this record or not? Third record it comes, is my key is matching with this record or not? So it is going to search linearly, record by record. So in terms of the performance, it will give the low performance, guys. It will give the low performance when you do the linear search. So whenever you read it, always you must write a binary search, guys. You need to provide a binary algorithm, guys. Maybe in C you might heard what is a binary algorithm, right? So here also we have a binary algorithm. When you read the data from the internal table, it improves the performance of the uh, read statement guys. Okay, so by default it's a by default it's linear algorithm. It's a linear algorithm, guys. Linear algorithm means it's going to read record by record. It is going to look for the record by record. So first record, is it matching with key or not? Second record, it is matching with key or not? Maybe my record is there at 99 lakhs 999. So it is going to look all the records and it is going to return the value. That's why it provides a low performance. But if you do in a binary search, okay, it is going to search in a by using binary algorithm, guys. What exactly the binary algorithm? So so it divides the data into multiple parts multiple parts, and it starts parts parts and it start searching for the record. Whenever the record found, it stops all other search process, guys. It stops all other search process, guys. That's a binary search, guys. That's a binary search. But before applying binary search, you must sort the internal table, guys. It's the condition. You must sort the internal table, otherwise internal table otherwise gives spurious results. Spurious results, guys. Spurious means not exact records. Maybe the suspicious results, guys. Spurious means suspicious results. Okay, so that's what the read statement, guys. That's what the read statement. And so this is my read statement, guys, and save it and save it, guys, and save it. Okay, so almost, yeah. So this is my internal table operations, guys, and we need to see the programming on this. Maybe we'll see the programming on this and the tomorrow's class, but before that I will provide a reference program to you. Okay, you can look and you can start building the you can try to build the code by using that uh, reference program, but tomorrow I will explain what exactly the code by using all these statements, guys. It's already time over, and go to the SAP ECC and reference this program. Now you can see I have taken one types for my reference, which contains order, item, and price, and the product, guys. Order, item, price, and the product. Okay, I have a work area which I have taken with reference with the types, and also I have an internal table which I have difference with the internal table, guys, and leave it other things we'll see. And start of selection, I start injecting the records, price, product. This append work area to the internal table, and what I did, I have the same product with a 100 and 1000, and but I changed the price. But my product is iPhone, guys. My product is iPhone, and but I did in a collect statement. What I did, so I have collected the record, next record. So when I do the collected record, what will happen? It doesn't append this record, guys. Already I have a record with this and this. What it will do? It will sum up this value with this value. Sum up this value with this value, guys. So it is going to store only one record. Even I pass two records, it is going to store only single record in the internal table, guys. And maybe I upload in a case, and I have applied in a case again, and I did an append statement. And later what I did in a describe table. Already we have seen this. I did in a describe table, and maybe after that what I did, I I applied in a GST on this price on the same record, I have modified the record by using index operation and transporting price value, guys. Again, I did a describe table and I applied the format color, and I did some this thing rights and applied colors. And after that, I have used move statement as well, guys. Move also one of the keyword I forgot. So you can move the data from one work area to the another work area, guys. I have work area and I have work area 2. So if you want to uh, move the data from one work area to the another work area, we are going to use maybe new slide. So I will write the program tomorrow, guys. Don't worry. And just I am giving a clue. Just you can do the before itself. You can practice it. That's it. Okay, we'll write the code in the tomorrow's class. Move. We can move the data from work area to work area. We can move the data from one data object to another data object with the same data type, guys. With same data type. Did you observe what I am telling? With the same data type. That means I can send it from work area to work area. I can send from variable to variable. I can send the data from internal table to internal table. But it should be having the same data type. That means the source and the target should be the same, guys, with the reference to the same. Okay, if it is not same, what you need to use is you need to use another statement called if not the same data type, same reference data type, guys, not the not exactly the predefined data type, with the same reference data type, guys. Reference data type. If not the same reference data type, if not the same reference data type, we need to use move corresponding. We need to use move corresponding, guys. Maybe my syntax is example. So move, I have in a work area 1 and I have a work area 2 with the same data type, same reference. So I can do a move work area 1 to the work area 2. But suppose in work area 1 I have 3 fields, in work area 2 I have 5 fields. In work area 1 I have 2 fields, but work area 2 I have 5 fields. But here you can see there is not the reference structure is not same, but there are some common fields are there from work area 1 to the work area 2. There are some common fields, but other fields are not the common fields. I have an extra fields in the work area 2. So if you do the move, it will give the syntax error. That time, if not the same data type, you need to use move corresponding like this. Move corresponding work area 1 to work area 2. If the source and target data objects have different fields, guys. That's the condition. Maybe I can use this statement better. The source and your source is the work area 1, target is the work area 2. If the both doesn't have exact have the same fields, we are going to use the move corresponding. If both have same fields, we are going to use only move statement. Since both are same, source and target are same, I can do in a move, guys. It applies for the internal table as well, guys. It applies to the internal table as well. And also you can do the one more without move. I can do in a with assignment operator equal also I can move the data, guys. Let's take an example of I have in a records in itab 1. I need to send to the itab 2, guys. Itab 2 equal to itab 1. This also I can do this, guys. This also I can do this. Like let's take an x equal to y and uh, x equal to y. I can send suppose z. So z equal to x, guys. So you can do the you can move the values from the other variables, right? The same way here also I have the data in the internal table. that should be sent it to the, if I want to take in a temporary internal table with the same data, I can dump into the another internal table. But when I do the equal, this this reference object should be the same data reference, guys. Okay, both should be having the same fields, then only I can do this kind of operations, guys. These are the some of the internal table operation which we are going to do it, guys. Okay, almost we have discussed. Okay, 12 and this is my 13 internal table operations we have seen, guys. 13, and this is also 14. This also we can do. This is also one of the internal table operation, guys. So directly I can dump internal table 1 to the internal table 2, guys. Okay, so that's what the internal table operation, very very important. So somewhere we are going to use these things, guys. So I don't know, whenever the requirement comes, that time I am going to use it. But basic one program I am going to explain. But later, in the if you go to the actual concept, ABAP concepts, we are going to use this kind of operations. Somewhere we are going to use it frequently. We are going to use this kind of operations, guys. That's the name, internal table operations. Very very important operations. So if you understand this, then it will be easy to write the code, guys. Okay, so that's what the fundamentals. Almost we are coming into the real time concepts. Okay, so next we are going to see the conditional statements and the looping statements. We have still for more loops. We have do loop and for while loop and conditional statements and the looping statements and yeah, we have discussed about the data objects and maybe output statement. The input, how can you provide a input to your programs? That's what we can do, as we have a fundamentals. Those kind of things we have in a fundamentals. Later we are going to talk about. Here till now we are doing, and we are pumping the data by hard coding it. But how can you, but in real time we will not do the hard coding. We are going to fetch the where the data will be available. The data will be available in the database. We are going to uh, talk about the database operations. What is DDL? What is DML? What is DQL? What is DCL? What is TCL? And how can you fetch the data from database? How can you store the data into the database? That kind of fundamentals we are going to learn in the future classes, guys. That's it. Do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? No questions. Maybe this is our reference program. You can refer this program for your, for today's practice. You can refer this program, guys. Okay, maybe you can note it. Okay, this is EDG6 internal table and work area, guys. This is the program. You can do the search and you are going to get it, guys. That's what the naming convention. See, I implemented this program long back. I don't know what exactly the name, but I followed the naming convention. That's why I am able to crack that program, guys. GEDG6, I put an internal table, so it gives me. So that's the importance of the naming conventions of your program. So it should be a proper naming convention. Then you can easily crack those programs, guys. You can crack those. That's why the naming convention, which I am going to follow it, guys. Okay. So that's it for today's class, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.